Welcome to my B&B Today's Show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video thumbs up. Brooke makes a life-altering decision, and Liam and Steffy become closer. From April 21st to May 9th, The Bold and the Beautiful reveals that Steffy Forrester and Liam Spencer will become closer. Before Brooke Logan makes a life-altering decision, there will also be some runway excitement. Here are some things viewers of B&B can anticipate. The Forrester Creations fashion show will take place from April 21st to 25th, so expect to see some stunning models and photographers taking pictures. The latest designs from Forrester are certain to make a big impression on the market. Social media will explode in the best possible way after some new fashions hit the runway. This event will also include VIPs from the fashion show, so Spencer Pratt, Heidi Montag, and Mokel Washington should be there. Christine Blair will return to Los Angeles once more to entertain B&B fans because it is time for another crossover with the young and the restless. Because Eric Forrester enjoys fashion shows, he will emphasize what a wonderful occasion this will be. Ridge Forrester will concur, but he won't be aware that his ex-girlfriends are engaged in conflict backstage. It would appear that Taylor Hayes will sneak up on Brooke and accidentally jam the door, preventing them from leaving at least until someone hears the commotion and saves them. By then, Brooke might not be able to take part in the fashion show, so she might eventually accuse Taylor of doing this intentionally. Ridge will probably find his former flames clashing and send them to their corners later. We should also talk about Liam's brain mass that can't be removed because Steffy will tell Doctor he received the news from John Finnegan. Because Liam won't be able to process Steffy's updates, he will boldly reject this fatal outcome and declare that he will live instead. Liam will hold on to hope even though that doesn't seem possible right now. Between April 28th and May 2nd, Liam may request Finn to investigate some experimental treatments. Liam will want to know about anything that can help Kelly Spencer and Beth Spencer keep their lives going. It's clear that Finn doesn't think anything can be done for Liam right now, but he'll be motivated to look into it more and figure something out. For as long as Liam can keep his condition a secret from Finn, Steffy, and his medical team, it will eventually come out. Hope Logan truly deservingly deserves the truth because she is the mother of Liam's other child. Liam may decide to tell her what's going on if Hope insists on finding out what's going on. However, it appears that Steffy and Liam's bond will continue to play a significant role in this plot. Because of his ordeal, Liam and Steffy will become closer friends. There will undoubtedly be some May sweepstakes action during the week of May 5th to 9th, particularly if Luna Nozawa does something extreme to steal Will Spencer from Elektra Forrester. In the upcoming episodes, Brooke will also make a major decision. It will be significant for Brooke's future when she begins to realize that Ridge may not be her destiny after all. By June, Nick Marone will be back, so Brooke will come to some realizations in May that will set the stage for their reunion. Keep watching the CBS soap because The Bold and the Beautiful says that Brooke will have to make some Ridgeless predictions about the future. Steffy's dilemma, Taylor's drastic act, and Liam rejecting fate the week of April the 21st, 2025's The Bold and the Beautiful gives away the possibility that Liam Spencer will reject his fate. Brooke Logan is the target of a quick and dirty move by Taylor Hayes. Deacon Sharp might also have to make a terrible choice if Sheila Carter Sharp makes a mistake. Continue reading, and let's talk about the upcoming episodes of the CBS soap opera. The extreme act of Taylor Hayes. Taylor's fans can anticipate a shocking act next week. Brooke appears to be back in a dressing room, possibly getting ready for the fashion show put on by Forrester Creations. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag are among the many well-known faces in the audience. Ridge Forrester and Christine Cricket Blair are enthralled by Eric Forrester's talk of magic and mystery. However, Taylor rushes into Brooke's dressing room and closes the door at the end of one preview clip. Brooke appears completely taken aback. Brooke is next to the door, but it looks like they might both be locked in. The future of Liam Spencer. She obtains additional information from John Finnegan while she is with Steffy Forrester Finnegan. Steffy received a text message from the good doctor informing her of Liam's incurable brain tumor. Steffy will want to know everything once Finn gets home. Steffy then insists that she must inform Liam that he is dying. Steffy does share the news with Liam later. He does, however, reject the death penalty. Is he simply in denial, or is this his intuition? The Moral Dilemma of Finnegan by Steffy Forrester. Steffy will face a moral quandary, as shown in The Bold and the Beautiful. Kelly Spencer, in particular, was the one Liam didn't want anyone to know when he woke up in the hospital. When everyone thought Liam would be alright, it was one thing. Steffy will have to make some difficult decisions now that Liam has passed away. Will she inform Hope Logan, with whom she shares a child? Beth Spencer should be able to bond with her father in the same way Kelly does. Who is Bill Spencer, anyway? Despite their explosive argument, Bill ought to be aware of his son's situation. Wyatt Spencer, Liam's brother, is another. Even though Wyatt is no longer on screen, he ought to be mentioned at the very least. What in the world is Liam expecting Steffy and Bridget Forrester to conceal? The heartbreaking decision of Deacon Sharp. She has been keeping Luna Nozawa's relationship a secret from Sheila. Deacon issued an ultimatum to his wife, and she chose him. Luna, on the other hand, has an apartment nearby, and Sheila is willing to let Luna hang out at the restaurant. Deacon's sudden appearance doesn't seem to be too much of a concern to Sheila. Deacon may be forced to end their marriage when he discovers that Sheila has been in love with Luna for so long. After removing Steffy from Luna's path, Sheila plans to frame Poppy. Sheila's deadly plan, uniting Luna with Finn by framing Poppy and eliminating Steffy. Steffy's life is risked by a dangerous grandmother-granddaughter alliance. This time, Sheila Carter Sharp is collaborating with her granddaughter Luna Nozawa on her most daring scheme to date. The infamous villain has set her sights on removing Steffy Forrester, the biggest obstacle standing in their way, after Sheila promised Luna that she would assist Luna in connecting with her biological father, John Finn Finnegan. B&B appears to be on track to launch a shocking kidnapping storyline on Thursday, April 24th, which could see Steffy eliminated while simultaneously establishing Poppy Nozawa as the perpetrator. The dangerous blind spot of Deacon Sharp is blissfully unaware of the imminent danger as Sheila plots behind the scenes. When he gave his daughter Hope Logan an ultimatum, he recently reassured her that Sheila had chosen him over Luna. An insider says, Deacon firmly believes that Sheila will honor her word and stay away from Luna. However, he was completely wrong. Sheila is simply concealing their meetings from him, despite the fact that she hasn't stopped seeing Luna for even a moment. Hope has tried to warn her father, telling him not to trust Sheila too much. Despite Sheila's long history of manipulation and betrayal, Deacon appears to be convinced that she cannot possibly deceive him. Sheila's rage is fueled by Finn's rejection. Following her most recent altercation with Finn, Sheila's determination to assist Luna grew stronger. Sheila surprised her son at his office in the hospital, urging him to step up and be a father to his daughter, desperate to keep her promise to Luna. Despite Finn's admission of regret and even his suggestion that Luna might not have turned out the way she did if he had been a part of her life, he ultimately rejected Luna and his mother, claiming that it was too late and that Luna was not his daughter. Sheila appears to have moved toward a more extreme solution as a result of this rejection. If Finn refuses to welcome Luna into his life, he may require the appropriate motivation, such as the belief that his beloved wife Steffy has passed away. The perfect time for Steffy's miscellaneous disappearance. The character of Steffy, played by Jacqueline MacInnes Wood, is 8 months pregnant in real life and will soon be taking a maternity leave from the CBS soap. Fans have noticed that it is becoming increasingly difficult to conceal her pregnancy, despite the fact that the show has been attempting to conceal it. The show appears to be incorporating Steffy's absence into a dramatic kidnapping storyline rather than simply writing her out for a while. In order to take into account Wood's maternity leave, B&B creates the perfect storm of drama by having Sheila make Steffy disappear and putting Poppy in charge of the crime. Taking on two adversaries at once, the method by which Sheila intends to blame Poppy for Steffy's disappearance makes this plot particularly devious. According to sources, Sheila harbors intense resentment toward Poppy not just because of Finn, but also because Poppy essentially abandoned Luna, telling Sheila, "You can keep her." Our insider provides the following explanation. Sheila is clever enough to create a scenario where it appears that Poppy was enviously pursuing Finn. She could fabricate text messages suggesting Poppy was obsessively after Finn, then either kidnap or stage Steffy's death, leaving evidence pointing to Poppy as the culprit. Steffy would be removed from Luna's path to Finn, and Poppy would be punished for rejecting her daughter simultaneously, effectively eliminating two obstacles at once. Repeating history with a turn. Fans of B&B who have been around for a while will remember the scene where Steffy thought Finn was dead after Sheila shot him. In fact, Lee Finnegan had been secretly nursing him back to health, which led to the once-in-a-lifetime meeting between Steffy and Finn. That appears to be reversed by the new plot, with Finn now being the one who believes Steffy is dead when in fact she is being held captive by Sheila. The resemblances are obvious, creating a symmetry that soap fans adore. Our source suggests that Sheila might attempt to manipulate Finn into believing that she and Luna should be part of his life. If she goes down this path, Finn might think Steffy is dead, and he might plan a convincing fake death scenario, she said. Will Deacon find out that Sheila was betrayed? Deacon is the wild card in this dangerous game. He might be able to put an end to the plot before it gets out of hand if he finds out that Sheila has been meeting with Luna in secret and planning to kidnap Steffy. However, it might push Sheila over the edge if Deacon ended their relationship because of her betrayal. Our insider warns, losing Deacon could lead her to focus all of her efforts on Luna instead, and Sheila could become a girl gone bad again. Steffy may end up in even greater danger now that Sheila has lost everything. If her initial strategy fails, would Sheila go so far as to kill Steffy? Given Sheila's past, it is an unsettling possibility that cannot be ruled out. Viewers should get ready for some of the year's most explosive episodes when May sweeps begin on Thursday. Will Poppy be framed and Steffy kidnapped by Sheila with success? Will Finn succumb to the deceit? Will Deacon, on the other hand, uncover the truth before it's too late? From April 21st to May 9th, on The Bold and the Beautiful, the canvas of Los Angeles will become a whirlwind of passion, betrayal, heartbreak, and shifting destinies as the lives of the Forresters, Logans, Spencers, and beyond collide in a fashion spectacle-turned emotional battlefield. These emotionally charged weeks will take place on the show. The Forrester Creations runway show sets the stage for a lot of drama. It's an elegant distraction made of silk and sequins, but the deep rivalries and secrets that are bubbling under the surface can't be hidden by flashing cameras or stunning gowns. Brooke Logan is getting ready for a life-changing event in the midst of this glamorous chaos. Behind the scenes, Taylor Hayes launches an ambush, causing chaos as the world sees a woman poised to rule the runway in style. Brooke is confronted in a locked dressing room by Taylor, a reckless and emotionally charged move that rekindles old wounds and unspoken resentments. When Brooke misses her cue and watches the show continue without her while she is trapped in a symbolic cage with the woman who has long haunted Ridge's love story, what initially appears to be an accident begins to feel intentional. The two matriarchs are locked in an eternal struggle not only over a man but also over pride, power, and validation. The confrontation reveals layers of tension. Ridge and Eric are basking in the glory of Brooke's fashion empire's moment in the spotlight, but they are unaware of the ferocious storm backstage, which has the potential to forever alter Brooke's course. Brooke begins to seriously consider a future in which Ridge is not her final chapter for the first time in decades. Brooke's eyes are now widened by betrayal, clarity, and possibly the fleeting memory of a past love who may still hold a place in her heart, Nick Marone, whose return in June could offer Brooke the new beginning. She is finally ready to embrace. No longer are her eyes clouded by nostalgia. But while Brooke's world is about to reinvent itself, Liam Spencer's life is unraveling at a breakneck pace. What began as a health concern turns into a devastating and unchangeable diagnosis, an inoperable brain mass. Steffy Forrester is the one who relays the devastating information from Doctor. She accepts Finn to Liam with solemn strength, knowing that this could change everything in their lives once more. It is raw and haunting when Steffy tells Liam the news. He listens breathlessly and immediately rejects the verdict. He declares that he will live with the same obstinate defiance that has always defined him. Whether it's blatant denial, hopeless optimism, or something more spiritual, Liam will not give in to death. He, on the other hand, looks to his daughters Kelly and Beth as beacons that he must fight for. Steffy becomes not only the bearer of Liam's reality, but also his defender, confidant, and possibly, once more, the anchor of his heart as this fatal sentence becomes the unlikely bridge that heals the gap between them. Can Finn find a miracle treatment for Liam? if not for medicine's sake but for the man who will always be tethered to his wife through shared love and shared children, as he watches this renewed closeness with growing concern? In this sprawling narrative, Liam's condition emerges as the linchpin that ties together all of the characters' emotions. Should he tell Hope? Should Bill be aware of his dying son? Should Wyatt be permitted to return to his brother in his darkest hour even if he is not on screen? Always protective, Liam initially chooses silence, but such enormous secrets cannot be hidden for long. The walls crack more as he gets closer to Steffy. Hope, who is always right, will start to ask questions. And if the truth comes out, it could break up what little peace there is between them all. Steffy, on the other hand, must decide whether or not to let Kelly become close to a father she may soon lose. Can she prevent the heartache of late goodbyes for Beth and Hope? And does her own heart begin to lean once more toward Liam in this mess, rekindling old desires in the ashes of shared grief? However, as Sheila Carter once more slithers into the spotlight and executes possibly her most sinister plan to date, Steffy's personal turmoil becomes exponentially more dangerous. Sheila sees an opportunity to team up with her granddaughter Luna Nozawa. If Finn won't accept Luna as his daughter, removing Steffy, the only person standing in their way, might tip the emotional scales. The plan? Steffy is kidnapped. Make her disappear. Then put Poppy, Luna's mother and a new foe of Sheila, behind bars for the crime. The plot provides the perfect storm for a brief but explosive exit, a shocking disappearance that shakes the Forrester family as actress Jacqueline MacInnes would approaches her maternity leave. Not only does Sheila hate Poppy because she didn't like Luna, but she also hates Poppy because she gave Poppy choices that Sheila didn't have. Now, in typical Sheila fashion, she wants cold and calculated vengeance with a trail of digital breadcrumbs, fake text messages, and evidence that Poppy is an irrational woman who is despised and driven mad by her jealousy of Finn. The eerie symmetry of the storyline echoes B&B history. Once, Steffy believed Finn had died, shot by his own mother, only to discover later he was being nursed back to health in secret. Finn is now the one to suffer from the illusion. Sheila and Luna will slither into the void as his grief consumes him, believing Steffy is gone due to a tragic accident or foul play if Sheila succeeds. However, Sheila's manipulation is in jeopardy this time around. She is at the breaking point of her desperate attempt to win Finn over and start a family in her own twisted image. It could be the final blow to their relationship if Deacon discovers her scheme. However, Sheila has been cultivating her relationship with Luna behind Deacon's back, providing her with a nearby apartment and allowing her to hang out at the restaurant while Deacon is unaware that his ultimatum was pointless. Deacon is in a love-induced fog and unable to see the truth, despite Hope's efforts to warn her father, who has always been the cautious voice. He might be able to redeem Sheila or push her over the edge if he finds out about her deception, especially her plan to hurt Steffy. Sheila could become even more deadly and unleash the full force of her villainy on Los Angeles now that she has no more masks to wear and her marriage is in disarray. Is Steffy's life really in danger? If the kidnapping failed, would Sheila still commit murder? No one, not even Finn, can afford to ignore this terrifying possibility. The glitz of the Forrester show is beginning to fade back in the fashion world, revealing the shadows beneath. Ridge is still blind to the conflict brewing behind him between the women he once loved and the daughters he now must protect, despite the designs and applause. Brooke, shaken emotionally and spiritually, begins to realize that Ridge might not be her last act. The fact that Brooke doesn't want Ridge to be whole may have been revealed by the door Taylor slammed shut. Their unresolved connection begins to flicker in the background as Nick Marone gets ready to return to the scene, waiting for May to ignite it. In order to save a man he doesn't particularly like but can't bear to see die, especially for Kelly's sake, Finn may secretly begin researching experimental trials. Liam's story also continues to spiral out of control. Steffy continues to conceal Liam's condition, but for how long? She is torn between the truth and lies. Is it possible that Bridget Forrester will be drawn into this medical crisis? Will Hope, Beth, Bill, and Wyatt be made aware of the truth? And could another kiss break Hope's already fragile heart if Liam and Steffy become closer as a result of this heartbreak? What about Luna Spencer and Will Spencer? Luna's possible plan to steal Will from Electra Forrester is a strange new subplot that shows how manipulative she is becoming under Sheila's tutelage. Could this be a warning sign for all parties? Is Luna a pawn, or is she training to become the next Sheila Carter? The bold and the beautiful promises, explosive revelations, devastating goodbyes, and transformative beginnings as the weeks toward May sweeps progress. The future of Brooke without Ridge. Liam's struggle to live and leave a legacy. The terrifying disappearance of Steffy. The ultimate descent of Sheila. The true colors of Luna. In addition to the never-ending cycle of power, loss, and love in the world's most glamorous soap city. Fashion loses its luster, but what about the emotional stakes? They are at an all-time high. Keep an eye out, as the pretty are about to become very, very bold.